Welcome back to your weekly roundup of everything that happened in Zenless Zone 0, where we will cover everything that you missed inside and outside of the game. How did everyone's Velina pulls go? Hopefully you got her nice and early, and I'm gonna go ahead and take this chance to humble brag here and show that I sniped her early with my first 10 pull I did on the patch. Although to be fair, I did have a guarantee since I didn't get Premier, but still though, I got quite lucky. Otherwise though, starting off with in-game news, aside from the tons of events already underway from the first week, starting this Friday will be the Assemble Mock Exam Comeback Plan event. This will be the event where you play through some Toho-style bullet hell stages each day, and the rewards for this event include upgrade materials, a hamster cage pass, and a free A-rank event engine. Also on Friday will be the regularly scheduled Shiyu defense reset. The first stage buff is, to no one's surprise, a big Velina shield, increasing wind and ice damage by 30% and also increasing vortex damage by 30% too. Agents will also have their anomaly proficiency increased by 40 points after using an EX special attack. The second stage buff is a Pyroi focused one, or I guess a Shuyan one too if you really want to, since it increases ether damage as well as crit damage by 30% and 40% respectively. And if an attack type agent hits an enemy, it reduces their defense by 10%. And the third stage increases both ether and ice anomaly buildup by 25%, and when an attribute anomaly is inflicted against an enemy, it reduces their defense by 10% and also makes them take 20% more attribute anomaly damage. And then of course, the most important part of news from this week is that we have received the drip marketing for patch 3.1, featuring none other than Remielle Dan as the first agent and Sigrid as the second agent. Remielle, of course, getting the maximum level of shilling possible. Not only is she an anomaly agent, which of course is the dev's favorite character type apparently, but she of course has the Void Hunter symbol in her reveal to make sure you really know how important she is. And to top it all off, she is going to have the special new Lumen element too. Of course, even though she stole nearly all of the limelight, we can't forget that the other character for patch 3.1 will be Sigrid, and she is going to be an ice attacker agent. Kinda sounds a lot less exciting when you compare that to Remielle, doesn't it? As an aside, people everywhere have been thirsting hard for Remielle. I don't know what it is about her, but people have been pretty extreme in how down bad they are for her. And maybe this is gonna be a hot take from me personally, but honestly, I don't really get it. I mean, sure, yeah, she's pretty and stuff, but I mean, I don't see how she's any different from some of the other agents we have. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean more just like all of the agents we have looked just as good as Remielle in their own ways. So I don't know why now specifically everyone is going so feral over Remielle. I don't know, maybe you guys can see something that I don't in her, that have people acting this way, but I kinda don't see it myself. But yeah, either way though, with how much shilling is going on for Remielle, she's even getting her own DISKS set as well, which we'll get over in the speculation zone. But after potentially being drained by Velina in this patch, you're gonna wanna have to plan ahead now to prepare for your Remielle pulls. And in fact, if you do need some help in preparing for those Remielle pulls, I've got something that can help you. Why not try using U7Buy? A fast, safe, and affordable place to purchase top-ups for a bunch of different games, including of course Zenless Zone 0. And there's no need to worry about the reliability. As you can see by the reviews of U7Buy over on Trustpilot, they are highly rated. U7Buy's Zenless Zone 0 top-up page lets you recharge instantly for a fraction of the price. You'll see the prices look similar to in-game at first, but once you hit buy now, the price drops at checkout to the actual discounted amount. You're paying less without even realizing it at first. And the process is simple. Just select your server, enter your UID, complete the payment, and the monochrome will be sent directly to your account in seconds. No other account information necessary. And if you want to save even more, you can also use my discount code Shanaha for another 8% off your purchase. So click the link in the description below and head on over to U7Buy and start saving today. Moving on to the social media side of things though, firstly, a happy belated Father's Day to any of the dads watching. And also a happy birthday to Miyabi and Pulker from last week. And a happy birthday to anybody else with a birthday in the coming week. Otherwise, we also have some freebies in the form of some new character avatars featuring Velina, Norma, and the Phaethon siblings. These are of course free to download using the link in the description below. Then there are also several events currently underway, some of them with pretty big prizes, including a grand prize of up to 10,000 polychrome or $1,500 US. And that event is the legendary Bangboo Artist event. This is for the artists out there, as there are two categories of events that you can take part in. One is the Bangboo Creator event, where you can create your own Bangboo starting off with the provided template. First place prize in this category will win 10,000 polychrome and an art series Bangboo ornament. 5 second place winners will receive 5,000 polychrome as well as a Bangboo collectible. 10 third place winners will receive 2,000 polychrome and a Bangboo standee, and 50 lucky draw winners from this event will receive 500 polychrome. Then the second art category is the Bangboo Illustrator Contest. Here you are free to make your own Bangboo related masterpiece with no other template provided. Just come up with whatever you want, so long as it is Bangboo related. Here, the first place winner will receive 10,000 polychrome as well as $1,500. 3 second place winners will receive 5,000 polychrome and $1,000 each, and 10 third place winners will receive 2,000 polychrome and $200 each. If you would like to participate in either or both of these art contests, please check the link in the description below and make sure you read through the submission rules and guidelines, as they are rather specific and it's not as simple as just posting your work online on social media. Submission periods for both of these categories are from now until the 28th of July, so you've got some time to make your perfect piece. Otherwise, if you are not an artist, there are still some other events to take part in. The first is Velina's Tea Party. This is a spot the difference image where once you look at the two side-by-side images, by responding to the tweet link below with the number of differences you find, you could stand a chance to win an Amazon gift card or a Bangboo surprise box. Then, if you've been enjoying the new region of Roskilde, then in the Click Roskilde event, by following the official account and sharing an in-game photo from within Roskilde itself alongside the corresponding hashtags, you could stand a chance to win a Bangboo standee figurine. And lastly, for those of you heading to Anime Expo next weekend, there will be an official Zenless Zone Zero booth there for you to check out. They'll have some exclusive merchandise on sale, some special activities, as well as a cosplay gathering, which will also have a set amount of free gifts available for you to get. And on July 5th, there will also be a panel featuring several of the English voice actors sharing some behind the scenes and experiences from the game. So if you're going to be at Anime Expo, be sure to stop by the booth. And then moving on to the speculation zone. Of course, there is a lot of things to go through when it comes to Remielle and that new mysterious Lumen element. But with how much there is, that will be saved for another video later this week. So if you want to get a rundown on that, be sure to subscribe to be notified for when that video does go live. In the meantime though, one thing is for certain, and that is just like with Velina, we can expect to see a skin for Remielle on release. A black alternate, complete with wings and her dress. There is also a rare instance of us getting another 2 new disc sets back to back after just getting 2 sets now in this patch. The first one, Thorned Rose, has a 2-piece effect that increases defense by 16% and a 4-piece set effect that increases damage by 16% and provides a bonus of 12 or 20% crit rate depending on if the defense is above certain thresholds. So this new set could signify a future defense scaling DPS agent, which would be an interesting change for once. Similar to Ben, but an actual attacker agent, right? As opposed to a pseudo defense support style agent. Although with the working name of Thorned Rose, the one character that comes to mind when I think of Rose, specifically because of the color red, would be Claret. So maybe this set is a sign of potentially getting Claret in 3.2. The other disc set will be Feathered Fate, which is of course going to be the Remielle themed set, with a pretty crazy 4-piece effect that increases the anomaly proficiency by 50 points, and if they are a Lumen character, i.e. Remielle, it'll increase their anomaly damage by 15%. And what's crazy is that this buff will persist even while off field. Otherwise though, patch 3.1 looks like it is really going to be pretty interesting, with all of these new characters and new disc sets, and don't forget, it'll also be the anniversary patch 2. Again though, for more details about Remielle and her kit and the Lumen element, I will have a video going over that later on this week. Otherwise though, if you made it to the end of this video, leaving a like as well as commenting and subscribing is greatly appreciated. So until next time, bye bye!